This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, this doesn't have anything to do with the stock market per se, but it has to do with people getting sick and tired of being taken advantage of by corporations, by institutions, by the financial industry. Okay, that's what this about. And people been asking me my opinion on what happened with the United Healthcare CEO, and I was reluctant to even talk about it. But I'm going to tell you guys something. First of all, there is no reason for violence. Okay? Violence should never be tolerated. Violence is not how we handle our problems in the United States of America. If we can't come to some type of agreement face to face, then that's why we have the court system. Okay? So when you have an issue with someone and you can't resolve it, you take them to court. You don't resort to violence. So while Mr. Luigi Mangione was probably very upset with United Healthcare, he should not have resorted to violence in order to resolve his conflict that he felt he had with United Healthcare. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Mr. Mangione, or Luigi Mangione, was not a stupid guy. I mean, he had a bachelor's degree. He had a master's. He was well educated, well informed. But what is scarier to me about this whole situation, and should be scary to a lot of these institutions, is the response from majority of the public because of what he did. In any other epoch, in any other time, you would have people denouncing the violence. But the people are not denouncing the violence. The people are saying that maybe this was called for. And I do not agree with that at all. I do not believe you should utilize violence to fix any problem that you might have with anybody else. That's why we talk. That's why we have the courts. But the thing is, over the last 4 years, probably earlier than that, the 99% are sick and tired of being taken advantage of by the institutions, by the insurance companies, by the market makers, by CEOs that only think of themselves and don't think of their shareholders. And this is the outcome. You have a gentleman who's well educated resorting to violence, and a majority of the public seems to be agreeing with him. You have people willing to give him alibi. You have Burger King employees saying Burger King employees don't snitch because a McDonald's employee is the one that called 911. If I was an institution, if I was the government, if I was doing things that took advantage of retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules, I would be very, very concerned. I believe the best way to handle disagreements is face-to-face, in paperwork, or in a court of law. I don't believe violence is ever a way to handle disagreements. But everybody does not think like me. There are people that only know violence to deal with disagreements. And is there a possibility that there's going to be more violence? I think there's a possibility, because the government has turned their back on the 99%. They have allowed the 1% to do what they want with no real consequences, and people are getting sick and tired. When I get sick and tired, I write a summons and complaint. I go down to the courthouse and I serve people. That's how I deal with disagreements. That's what I do when I am sick and tired. But a lot of people don't deal with sick and tired that way. A lot of people are more vocal. A lot of people are more aggressive. And hopefully, the new government that is installed after January 20th starts to protect retail investors, start to protect pension funds, start to protect institutions that follow the rules, start to protect the 99%, because the 1% are continually taking advantage of us, stealing our money, stealing our future. Can you imagine? You've been paying your monthly payments to these insurance companies, and then your mother gets sick, your child gets sick, and they deny the claim, and you've been paying for years. A lot of times that's what's happening. That's what's happening. But as I said before, violence is never the issue. What you need to do is you need to deal with it in the courts. That is the way we handle disagreements in the United States of America. But there's a segment of society that don't believe that. Okay? There's a segment of society that doesn't believe that, and that is why a lot of people are supporting what Louis Mangione did. I personally am not. I don't believe that violence should ever be a way to deal with disagreements. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think that the 99% are getting sick and tired of being taken advantage of by the 1%ers? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.